When I was just a lad of 10, my father said to me, "Come here and take a lesson from the lovely lemon tree. Don't put your faith in love, my boy," my father said to me. "I fear you'll find that love is like the lovely lemon tree. Lemon tree, very pretty, and the lemon flower is sweet, but the fruit of the poor lemon is impossible to eat. Lemon tree, very pretty, and the lemon flower is sweet, but the fruit of the poor lemon is impossible to eat." One day beneath the lemon tree, my love and I did lie, a love so sweet that when she smiled, the stars rose in the sky. We spent the summer lost in love beneath the lemon tree. The music of her laughter hid my father's words from me. Lemon tree, very pretty, and the lemon flower is sweet, but the fruit of the poor lemon is impossible to eat. Well, fortunately, that song's not quite right. Yes, love can be trying at times, but that's not the point. The fact is that lemons are actually edible. Might have to add a little sugar to get them down, but hey, we all like a good lemon, right? All right, what we're going to do today is along the lines of lemons. How many of you have made lemon pie or key lime pie or something along those lines and used a Graham Cracker Crust? Guilty, I've done it. And they're great, we love them, right? Graham Cracker Crusts are really good. But what if you want to change things up a bit, but you don't want to make pastry? Well, here's a simple solution. What are we going to do? Well, let's move the camera closer and I'll let you in on what we're up to. Now, I've already done a little bit of prep work, but what are we up to? Well, we're going to replace the Graham Cracker crumbs. The rest of the recipe stays pretty much the same, but what are we going to replace the crumbs with? Well, that depends on what kind of pie you're making. I'm going to make a lemon pie, and so I've replaced the Graham Cracker Crust crumbs with lemon wafers. Now, these ones are made by Voortman. There are other brands out there. You can get them in lemon, strawberry, vanilla, chocolate, all kinds of different flavors. So I've already pre-ground, and as you can see, it probably took about a half a packet of cookies to get a cup and a half. You want a cup and a half of crumbs. So instead of Graham Cracker crumbs, we have a cup and a half of Voortman lemon wafer crumbs. Now, the rest of the recipe I said was the same. It's not quite true. Because of the sweetness of the wafers versus Graham Cracker crumbs, they're a little sweeter and they have sugar in them. I've cut back a little bit on the sugar. Normally you'd use 1/3 of a cup of sugar. I'm going to use 1/4 cup. And then you want, the butter amount remains the same. You want 6 tablespoons of butter, which is just a little bit more than 1/3 of a cup. So we're going to put there. Now you notice I'm putting it into my little mini food processor. This is a product I bought a while back. I used to have a hand whip or hand whisk, or whatever you want to call it. And it burned out. I don't know why, just because I used it all the time. I mean, come on. Aren't they supposed to last forever? Anyway, mine didn't. I had to replace it. And I actually made a mistake when I was ordering it. I ordered it off Amazon. I looked around locally and couldn't find one I liked. And then I was looking on Amazon and I saw this one, but I didn't read well enough. And I ordered what I thought was just a hand whisk. But when it came, it turned out it was more than a hand whisk. So you can kind of scrape this off here. Don't like wasting stuff. You know me well enough, I don't like to waste anything, right? Alrighty. Anyway, it came and it turned out it had a whole bunch of attachments, including this little mini food processor.
and I love it. It's made by Oster. Now I'm not getting paid by them to promote their product, but it's it has attachments. It has a hand, well, I'll show you, hang on. It comes with the regular part, right? That was what I was looking for. That goes on there. Makes for a nice little thing for getting lumps out of gravy and all that. But it also came with a whisk. So you've got a little whisk. And as you can see, it came with a mini food processor. So that's what we're using today to mix our pie thing. So we'll put that on there, make sure it's on tight, and now we're gonna make this musical. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Now we want to make sure we get that butter and sugar all well blended in through there. I'm just going to give that a little push down and try and we'll give it another spin or two. We're flicking it all over the counter. All right. Here we go again. And that should do it. And you get a little bit up at the top here, but not bad. It's actually, I really like this little food processor. All right, so that's done and out of the way. I'll just move these because I don't need them. And now what do we need? Well, we need our pie plate. And from here on out, it's pretty much just like doing a regular Graham Cracker pie crust. Just put your mixed ingredients into your pie plate. And I'm going to use a glass to kind of push this around. Well, maybe that's not going to work so well. It works great with Graham Cracker, but I forgot this is a little bit stickier than Graham Cracker. So we'll pat it out with a fork. Now there's two ways you can finish this once you've got your pie crust spread out in the bottom here fairly evenly. Now, of course you want it to go up the sides, right? You don't want... All right, there we have it. Sorry about that, folks. This is the second time I've made the same mistake. I forget that my pie plate is bigger than the normal 8-inch, and so it takes a little bit extra. So I had to whip up a little bit extra filling, or not filling, but crust to put in to fill up around the edges. So if you're using a larger pie plate, you'll want to increase your recipe. I'll put the amounts, and then at the end I'll put the increased amounts so you know what size to make for, or what amount to make for what size pie plate. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed today's recipe. To finish this off, you need to put it in the fridge for a couple of hours to set up, or you can bake it in the oven. I prefer not to do that. I think it's 350 for 10 minutes or something like that till it kind of goes a golden brown color. But works just as well as just putting it in the fridge and letting it set up, but you want to let it sit in there for a couple of hours at least before you put your filling in. What about the filling? Well, that's a topic for another video. So there you have it, a very simple recipe for a pie crust. One of these days maybe I'll show you how to make a pastry crust, but I'm sure most of you watching this already know how to do that, so I don't want to insult your intelligence. But remember, next time you hear lemon tree very pretty, and the lemon flower is sweet, but the fruit of the poor lemon is impossible to eat. Don't pay attention. You know darn well the fruit of the lemon is not impossible to eat, but actually quite tasty. if it's served in the right way. Until Tuesdays with the Pilgrim, and perhaps a few fun facts thrown in between now and then, take care, stay safe, and God bless.